Hey everyone, welcome to the Dark Theme channel, and today we're going to talk about the block design pattern. So the application that we are going to build is a very simple application that we want to implement the concept of the block state management or the block design pattern, and it does only two logical ports or two operations. One is changing the decimal number to hexadecimal, and other one is changing the same decimal number to binary. For example, I enter here a 11 decimal number, the 11, and I click this button and it converts to B. Or if I want the binary value, it will give me 1011. So we're not going to build this application using the stateful, satistate, and other things, passing the parameters using the constructors and those widget trees. No, we are separating our logical part and our states from the user interface or the UI screen, and we will manage our state using a very useful and strong design pattern, the block. So what is the block? Let me go here inside the pen tab and imagine the block like a box. So this box is responsible for something. If give you a very short description and detail for the block, imagine the block like the events comes inside and the states goes outside. So again, the events comes inside and the new states or the changed states goes out. Here is our events. Sorry, my bad. I'm a very bad handwriter. And the states goes out. So in case of our application, we input some events with data, and that is the event of changing the decimal number to the hexadecimal or the binary one. So I entered an 11 number, okay, and this event comes inside the block, and then a new state goes outside, that is the value for hexadecimal or the binary. This is all about the block. The events comes in and the states goes out. So let's go and implement this concept. Okay, we are inside our main.dart, and we're not gonna build some UI designing things and tell you each part of the screen, because we're just focusing on the block and the block design pattern. And let me just give you briefly the details about the UI. Well, this is our my app, and it is a stateless widget, and our home is the convert screen, that it is a stateless widget, and we have a controller for text editing controller for editing our input. That we input our decimal numbers, and then we are returning the scaffold or app bar, and also we are centering everything using the center widget and giving some padding, and the column widget we are using because the elements are up on each other, and this is our text field that we want to enter the number, the decimal number, and this is its number controller that it takes the text, and then there is our container for our buttons. The buttons are inside a row, and this is to hex button. Unpressed is nothing, just an empty function, and between them is a size box, and after that there is the two binary, and all of these. Here is the container that contains our text, that here we're just outputting the state statically, not dynamically, and that's it. Our screen is just very simple, and we're gonna focus on block now. Right now, first of all, you need to install the BLoC extension. BLoC, search here for BLoC, and it will give you the BLoC extension. Voila, yeah, here is our BLoC extension. Now you can install it. We will say why do you need this. Okay, now inside your project, after installing the BLoC extension, inside the pops.yaml, you need to provide, or you need to install two packages. One is Flutter BLoC version 4 and one is equatable package. Just give some detail about the equatable package. It is a package that compares two variables according to their values. For example, if a variable A is equal high and the B is also high, it says that these two are the same. These are equated, the same. It compares according their values, not the reference type. So inside our lib folder, you want to right click and say new block. Here it says block name, the name of the block that you want. We say, yeah, we want the convert block. And do you want an equatable? Yes, we need. And it creates for us 3 Dart files. One is the convert block, one is the event that we said, yeah, events comes inside the block. And the other one is the state one. The states goes outside the block. So in case of our application, the decimal numbers we are just doing with strings. The types are strings, they are built in, so we don't need any separate class for our state. So we simply just delete this file, the state file. And also here for events we need to have 2 events. One is convert to decimal and the other one convert to hexadecimal. So we create our class convert to hex event extends our abstract class convert event. And also, as you see, the convert event extends the equatable package, and this equatable package needs some overriding, and those are the props. We need to override the props. I don't know why doesn't it give me the props. Yeah, here we will use that, and we simply copy this for this one too, because inside the props getter, as you see here is the get keyword. It gets, or it gives us the fields that are inside our class. So the convert to hexadecimal event, when this event occurs, it needs to have some values or some states. The state is the string or the text that we entered as the decimal. String decimal text, and we want to be final, so we build our constructor and we say this dot decimal, and we simply build our event, the convert to hex event, and also we want to use this and get it using the getter decimal hex, yeah, and we will simply copy this for our binary. Our 2 events are the same, but they will just output different states, and we just simply to hex to binary, and simply for this one too, to hex to binary, yeah. Okay, now here is our events. We have a abstract class for our event and two other classes that are specifically for our events that occur. And the next one is our convert block, the important part. We will simply delete because we don't have any state here. Here is the importing the packages. We need to import the async package because we are using the async asterisk here. So, and also the block, because we are using the block pattern, and also equatable, that it is accessible using the event inside the event that we say extends equatable. And also here for our block class, convert block extends the block. Block is a generic type. The first parameter that we need to declare is our event. Say which event, what kind of event do we want to declare here. In case of our application, it is a convert event. And the next one, the state. So the state that we need, we deleted the state. Yeah, the class was deleted, the file, and we simply want to type the string because it is the type of the state that will be outputted. So for our getter, for our initial state getter, we need to say string and just a very short string. So what is this initial state? When no event is occurred, we need to have some state. It is the state that no event is occurred. So we need to output an empty string, nothing else. And in case of our states, they are streams of states. The events comes in, new streams will give us new states. Streams are nothing, just a sequence of data that we can operate on them. So here is a stream of states. We simply change this state, this type of state, to string. And this is the core concept of our class, map event to state. You're mapping the event to state. So this is our async function, okay? The async function is just doing some future things, and we can use the yield keyword. The yield keyword using in case that our application, that our method has a async asterisk. So we say a new event comes in. So what should we do with that event? First of all, we need to yield the initial state. We simply yield the initial state. So for first step, the application opens, we will yield. This yield means this is exactly as the same that return inside the functions, but it returns and also executes the codes after it. Just it returns the initial state and does this code below. So we yielded the initial state and we check if the event is which type. If the event is convert to hex event, if it is this, we will do some logical things, okay? Else if event is convert to binary, do we have? Yes, we will do the binary thing. Okay, now if event is convert to hex event, so we know that this event is a type of convert to hex event. It comes with a property or class field or field that is what? The decimal text. Yes. And we will simply say we want to convert that decimal text to hexadecimal. We will say yield a new state, and we want to yield that event dot decimal text, which is what do you say for this? Yes, it is a string, and we wrap it inside integer, parse, and the event, the event dot decimal text and dot to radix string. It converts our integer, our string, it converts our integer to the decimal or binary. If we give here is 16 and simply to uppercase, we say, and for binary we'll say if event first of all yield this, and this is as the same this one, just we will change the parameter from 16 to 2, and okay, to uppercase, no, we don't need, we'll simply delete this one too. Okay, we are ready. The events are outputting, the block is outputting the new state. So we are going to the main.dart and do some providing our block. Okay, we are inside the main.dart, and here we want to use our block. Just let me give you some steps to clarify this better. And we have 5 steps. The first one is providing our block. And then after providing the block, we will access the block. And after this, we will build the provided block. We will build the provided block, but actually we are building our widgets, and after that we will add our events, and finally we will output the state. So let's go and do this. The first step is providing our block. This home screen here, the widget, our convert screen, we need to provide this using a widget called the block provider. So here we wrap this with a widget and we call this block provider. So there is an error that we need to import some libraries, Flutter BLoC, and also our convert block, here convert block. Okay, now we enter this block provider needs some values. Since this is a generic type, we need to specify the exact type that we are going to work with, and that is our convert block. Convert block, and here we want to say that the create method, which takes the context value and it will create the block, and that is convert block. Okay, here we provided our block and here's the child parameter. So the first step is done. And now the second one, we need to access, access the block. Well, we need to access inside our widget, and we say final convert block, our convert block here, this equals, and when we want to access our block, we simply use the block provider, this class dot of context, and since it is a generic type, this provides a generic type, we need to declare our specific one. and that is our convert block. Yeah, convert block, this type. And yeah, since this needs a context parameter, we need to declare this inside our build method, that it takes the context from the parameter of build method. So we accessed the convert block. This step is done also. And now we need to build the widgets. It's not building the provided block, sorry, my typo. And we need to build the widgets. So here inside the return, we need to do what? Wrap it inside a widget and say block builder. And what does it need? This block. This block builder will need a block and also a state. So since this is also a generic type, we'll say convert block, yeah, and type of state is the string, and it simply has a method, builder method here, as you see, the builder method, which has two parameters, and that is the context and state, the state that it will provide us. And we say builder. Here's the context that is responsible for our widget tree, as you know, and the other one our state, and it simply builds the scaffold. Yep, we can simply do this by the scaffold, but it is better to provide this for our center. No different, okay? So we return our block builder. There is no difference, again, I'm telling you, there is no difference if you want to use the block builder for our center or the scaffold. So we are accessing the state that is generated newly, and now, and this time, this step is done also, and we need to add our events. So when we decide to add the event, when the button clicks, yeah, the raised button is clicked. So we simply want to use our block, convert block dot add event. Using this method, we can add event dot add. It takes the event, and that event is our hexadecimal event, yeah, or hexa. Is it changing to hexa? Yeah. Convert. Let me see the event class name. Convert to hexadecimal, and go. Say here and copy this, and it will simply takes a parameter, and that we can access this using this controller, the number controller dot text. So we are accessing this, and also the same for our raised button for binary, but we will change this to binary. It is hexadecimal. We don't want to change a hexadecimal to a binary to hexadecimal, so binary. Yep. And this step is done also. Done. And our outputting the state. Right now we are outputting statically, and we need to do it dynamically. Just we simply add a $sign, or we will clean the single brackets, oops, sorry, state. So this parameter is exactly the parameter that is provided using this block builder. Now it's all finished. Let's compile our app. Yup. Let me, without debugging. Yes. It takes a little time since this comes. All right, here is our application, and let's test and give it some input. We give it again 11, and we want this to convert. Yes, it gives us B, but if we want to give us 0x and add that to this, yep, here we just simply say 0x small and concatenate it. Yes. And here we want to again give it, yep, it gives us the B for binary 1011. And this was all about the BLoC and the Flutter BLoC library. I know it was a very simple application, but hope that was useful for you. Feel free to ask any question below the comments and I will answer as soon as possible. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I need your support. Thank you.